Hi students, I hope you are go throughing your health education classes. So today we will start with scope of health education. So what is the scope of health education? Why should we give this health education? How is it useful in giving health education? So it is in the page number 5 according to the notes. So we will see scope of health education is wide as community health. So when we say scope, it majorly covers the community health, because in community only this health education plays a vital role. Every aspect of community health as an educational component. So every time when we deal with community health, there is an important education concept that we have to keep in mind. In practice, the content of health education may be divided into the following divisions. So when you say what are the uses or importance or scope, okay, then it is useful for human biology, nutrition, hygiene, MCH and family program, prevention of communicable diseases, prevention of accidents, use of health services, mental health. Okay, so when we say human biology, what do we mean by human biology? So the structure and functions of the body are always a marvel to the layman. Layman means who is not from medical field, who is not from nursing field. So for them, they will not understand. If you say lungs, if you say intestine, how it is working, they will not understand. So जब हम उन्हें पढ़ाएंगे तो उन्हें ये सब मालूम पड़ेगा, राइट. सो ह्यूमन बायोलॉजी, एनाटमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी जब उनको हम टीच करेंगे तब उन्हें समझ में आएगा. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप स्मोक कर रहे हैं, व्हेन यू आर स्मोकिंग, हाउ इट अफेक्ट्स द लंग्स. ओके, सो दैट व्हेन यू एक्सप्लेन टू द कम्युनिटी, जब गांव में जाके, विलेजेस में जाके आप बोलेंगे तो उन्हें समझ में आएगा, right. So ignorance, okay. So structure and functions of the body, okay. So layman is aam aadmi, okay. He cannot understand unless we teach them. Ignorance in this field can be removed only by health education. So जो उन्हें मालूम नहीं है, we can teach them. This ignorance can be taught through health education. The topics which may be covered include the structure and functions of the body, how to keep physically fit, the need for exercise, rest and sleep, etc. Okay, so we can teach them इनके बारे में, structures के बारे में, उनका functions के बारे में, कैसा exercise करना है, exercise करने से क्या होगा, अच्छी तरह से rest लेने और नींद सोने से क्या क्या फ़ायदा है, ये सब हमें उनको पढ़ा सकते हैं. Okay, so this is all about human biology, where you can teach them about various functions. Okay, exercise, rest, sleep, physically fit, what is the importance of this can be taught. Next is nutrition. Nutrition we know, right? So क्या क्या खाने हैं, what are the vitamins, proteins, minerals, calcium, all this, what foods are good in all these sources, and you can teach them as a nurse to the community. So education and nutrition holds an important place in fight against malnutrition. So when they don't know, they will end up having malnutrition. So when we teach them, it prevents malnutrition. People are ignorant about balanced diets and optimum nutrition. Okay, they should be educated about the nutritive value of food storage, preparation, cooking, serving and eating of food. So क्या क्या food they can store it, like pickle बना सकते हैं. This all we can teach them, or they can dry it and use it later. Okay, so all nutritive value of the food can be taught to the people, mainly to prevent malnutrition. Next is hygiene, personal hygiene, environmental hygiene. Okay, so personally, what are the importance of taking bath, what are the uses of keeping the environment clean, all this has to be taught. So there are two aspects of hygiene, personal and environmental. Personal hygiene includes bathing, clothing, washing hands, toilet, care of feet, nails and teeth. Environmental hygiene has two aspects, domestic and community. जब हम domestic बोलते हैं तो घर के अंदर, inside the house, how you should keep everything clean, and community is outside of your house. Okay, how you can keep clean. So all this can be taught to them. Next is maternal and child health. Okay, MCH means maternal, maternal, maternal and child health and family planning. So the fears of the mother can be dispelled only by health education. So we only have to teach mother how to give care to the baby. If a baby is born, newborn care, how to give bath to the baby, family planning, what are the methods of family planning. As a nurse, we have to teach them. And how do we teach? Mainly with health education. So all the fear of the mother can be dispelled, removed only by health education. Mothers need to be taught about balanced diet, baby care, infant feeding and family planning. If we educate the mothers, we educate the whole family. अगर mother को हम teach करेंगे तो whole family को वो मालूम पड़ जाएगा. Okay, so they will all get to learn what we are teaching. Next is prevention of communicable disease. So that's what we are doing for COVID-19 now, right? How to prevent the communicable disease or typhoid. It is also communicable disease, malaria, dengue. How to prevent, what are the measures you have to teach. Information is given by the mode of spread of common communicable disease and protection by immunization against this disease. For children, 6 killer disease like diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio, tuberculosis. Okay, all this can be prevented through vaccine. Immunization can be given. That has to be taught. Then prevention of accidents. So mainly with taking care of the child, safety, how to, give safety to the children, that can be taught. So accidents occurs in the road and place of work. Safety education should be directed to these areas. Then use of health services. So we have to teach them. In India, we give lot of services in the primary health center. So we have to orient to them about the various health program, health services, tablets, milk, okay, rich protein food that is given in the Anganwadi, okay, to the children. So sometimes they will be ignorant. Ignorance means they will not know. So through health education, we have to tell them about the various program, about the various benefits, so that they will go and utilize it. Okay, the aim of health education is to educate people to make the best use of community health services. Many people in India, particularly in the rural areas, partly because of ignorance and partly because of the indifference, do not avail themselves of the existing community health services and child services. This requires appropriate health education. So they will not know. So we have to teach them to go to the PHC, go to the government hospital and to avail all these benefits that the government is given. The last point is mental health. So in area of increasing mental health, alcoholism, some people will be, taking alcohol, and then drug dependence, drugs they will be taking, juvenile delinquency, children below the age of 17 years. We know many people are getting into rape nowadays, okay, stealing, killing, theft, crime, violence. Regarding all this also, we have to teach them not to do and how it affects people on the increase in many countries. They require proper health education and optimum mental health, okay, which has to be given care of. Okay, so we have to assess. If they are mentally weak, then they will end up doing all this criminal work. So we have to orient them, teach them not to do such work. Okay, so these are the scope of health education: human biology, nutrition, hygiene, MCH and family planning, prevention of communicable disease, prevention of accidents, use of health services and mental health.